Alright everyone, this is a follow-up video to the video I published yesterday, which showed the varying levels of sound of fire from the Vegas shooting, which I think proved that there was definitely more than one shooter. A lot of people in the comment sections and people are direct messaging me trying to pass off the varying levels of sound of fire as either an echo or because the shooter ran from one room to the adjoining room and shot from different angles. Here's why those two explanations are impossible.
Now here's the video in my software here. We're going to slow this down for you guys. Now keep in mind this man is a 64-year-old man. So first let's debunk the theory of him running from one room to the next and shooting from two different vantage points, and that's why we have the different levels and varying levels of sounds of fire. There's the first shots. There's the second shots. Let's count how long it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds from one sound of fire to the next. And there are different amount of shots too. Before you start saying echo, I'm going to show you why that's also impossible. Here we go again. Let me play this again. 5 seconds. So no way a 64-year-old man can run from the one window all the way into the adjoining room that he rented, which it is 2 rooms, I was right about that, within 5 seconds and fire. Now I've slowed this down to about 20% so we can count the shots. There's other parts where I'm going to show you where there's a certain level of sound of fire and then minutes in between another level of sound of fire, which also debunks the echo theory. So here it is. Take a listen and watch this this bar level here, this sound level bar. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right there you can hear 6 shots. Let's play it from the beginning. Here it is again. Watch this bar. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shots. Here's the other louder, closer range shots. That's 8 shots. 8 shots. 8 shots. Okay, now here's a point in the video where there's literally minutes in between shots. And you hear only what sounds like shots from a far distance away. So right there, that already takes away the possibility of anything being an echo, because there was no origination of what sounds like closer range shots before you hear this.
Now it sounds like it's coming from farther away.
You hear that? She even says, now it sounds like it's coming from farther away. And then you could hear bursts of rounds as she's actually saying that. Listen again.
Now it sounds like it's coming from farther away.
And then there's nothing after that. No echo, no sounds that it sounds like it's closer, some additional shots, nothing. And then there's nothing after that for almost a minute until you hear these shots. The echo explanation is debunked. The explanation of him running from one side of the room to the other side of the room into a completely different adjoining room, which is 50, 60 feet away, has been debunked because he can't travel that fast at 64 years old. As a matter of fact, no one can travel that fast. There's sounds of shots and then only 5 seconds in between other sounds of shots. No way that this man ran from one adjoining room to the other adjoining room, picked up a rifle, and started firing from a different vantage point.
Something's going on.
right there, he must have fired off at least almost 100 rounds in that section there.
Now, there was a man that actually rented that exact room some time ago, the exact room that the shooter had, minus the adjoining room that the shooter also rented, and he videotaped a tour of that exact suite on his cell phone. So let's go through that and show you also why it is impossible that the shooter would be able to run from one broken window to the next broken window and continue firing.
So here's the layout of the room, and then I have the video of the tour right next to it. So let's go through this.
All right, we are here at Mandalay Bay in room 32-135.
So right there, he goes through the, there's a double door. This is right here where he enters, right here.
Welcome to our suite. We got an upgrade, and it's pretty spectacular. So
right there, now he's walking in between these. You have the, I guess you would call it a kitchenette here, and a bar here or something. He's walking in between, almost like a small little hallway.
when you first come in, over here to the right,
And then he turns into this bathroom here. That's right here. That's just, right next to the shooter's adjoining room that he rented, which this man did not.
you'll notice this little sitting area. It is a half bathroom. Not a full bathroom, but a half bathroom. And you come over here.
And now he's walking, he came out of here, and now he's in this area right here. You're going to see this first pillar. You're going to see this first pillar right here. This is not where the window was broken out. The window was broken out over here. You're going to see this first pillar right here.
You've got a
So now he's looking at this wall here. There's a TV here. And over here there's a door. So you're going to see over here, what you can't see in his video is there's a door like right here. And this is to the adjoining room that the shooter had, which this man did not rent.
60-inch TV with a sound bar.
So now he's facing this window right here. And there's the pillar. You see the pillar right here? This is this pillar right here.
Nice little sitting area, corner couch. And you can already see the view.
So now he's walking towards the second pillar,
Another table for
where
four.
the first window was broken out. So
No.
there's the second pillar right here. So right here in this second pillar, this window was broken out by the shooter.
Another sitting area for two. Another sitting area with a full-size couch
So now he's past the second pillar over here.
and a couple more chairs. 3 bar stools.
Now he's turning around, he's looking at this wet bar here.
Wet bar and another 60-inch flat screen TV. In here, some interesting decor. You go in.
Now he's walking into this part of the suite, which has a door you walk through, and this is this part of the suite.
Into this room, and you've got a desk area in case you want to work. There's your view out the desk. Another chair, pretty interesting. And the bedroom area, yet another TV, king size bed.
So the shooter would have to walk all the way over. Let me just show you guys here. Shooter would have to walk all the way over from this pillar, this pane, this broken out window here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 panes of glass. 10 panes of glass that are roughly between 4, 5, maybe more feet each, which makes it 50 feet or so. So he would have to shoot those close range shots, and then within a 5-second period, run all the way over, essentially sprint, pick up the other weapon, and shoot out here, creating the two different sound levels of fire that you hear that people are trying to pass off as that is the reason why you're hearing two different levels of fire, two different sound levels of fire. Impossible. Impossible.
And then there's dumb people basically saying that it was because it's two different weapons that we have a severely muffled sound in some instances. Now, more than one instance you have muffled sound, and more than one instance you have a rate and sound of fire that sounds like it's coming from on top of the cab driver's car. Not to mention, some of those differences are only 2 seconds in between each other, and some are minutes apart. So that debunks the echo theory, that debunks the two different gun theory, and that also debunks that he ran from one point to the other, and that's why we're hearing different levels of sound of fire. And also, if anyone's ever shot any 223, 5.56, Colt AR-15, AK-47 like the shooter had, and then you hear that dramatic of a difference in sound from this to this, you know that that theory is just completely bonkers. If you haven't watched the original video, please go check it out. It's right here on the screen. And hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel.